today's lesson, we're going to look at unit conversions. So a unit conversion is a multi-step process. It sometimes involves multiplication or division by some sort of numerical factor. All right, let's do an example. So if a car is traveling for 5 hours at a speed of 95 kilometers an hour, how far did the car travel? Now, some of you might have a little shortcut for this one, but I want you to try and set it up the way I'm showing you so that you can see how our units divide out. So we know that we're going 95 kilometers per hour or per 1 hour. Per hour just means per 1 hour. And I know that I'm going 5 hours. Now notice if I multiply this by 5 hours, this is the same thing as 5 hours divided by 1. I'm allowed to always divide by 1. And the units, just like if you had 5 divided by 5, you would say, okay, well 5 divided by 5 equals 1, or 10 divided by 10 equals 1. A unit divided by itself is also equal to 1. So an hour divided by an hour is equal to 1. So what I'm left with on the top is 95 kilometers multiplied by 5 divided by 1, which happens to be 475, and the only units that I have left is kilometers. It's a word problem, so I need a word conclusion. So I would say the car traveled 475 kilometers. All right, we're going to get more complicated now. Convert 300 kilometers per hour to kilometers per minute. All right, so I'm going to start off by writing it as 300 kilometers per 1 hour. And right below it, I'm just going to write what I want. I want kilometers per minute. Just in case we forget, I've given you the unit conversion over here. I'm going to multiply, and my goal is to get rid of hours, and I now want minutes. So using the unit conversion, I can say, okay, well, if I'm trying to get rid of my hours, then my hours need to go on top because I want to be able to divide out my h's, which means I go 1 hour per 60 minutes. Okay, so I'm just using my unit conversion, and I'm using that there's in 1 hour there's 60 minutes. All right, now I can actually simplify my numbers as well. Notice that I can divide by 10. And then notice that 30 is divisible by 6. So 6 divided by 6 is 1, and 30 divided by 6 is 5. Now what do I have left? I have 5. My units on top are kilometers. My units on the bottom are minutes. So I have 5 kilometers per minute. And that is what I wanted. So I'm done. All right, let's do a third and more complicated example. So again, let's set it up. 35 meters per minute, and I want kilometers per hour. So I have to do 2 unit conversions. My meters are going to go to kilometers, and I've given that one there. And my minutes are going to go to hours, and you can see that I've given you a unit conversion there. Now it doesn't matter which one you want to convert first. So let's say I want to convert meters to kilometers first. Well, if I'm trying to divide out my meters so that I can get rid of him, it's going to be meters on the bottom, and there are 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. So now my meters, meter divided by meter is 1, so those guys divide out. So my units on top, I wanted kilometers, and I now have kilometers. I don't have hours on the bottom though, I still have minutes. So I'm going to continue to multiply to do my unit conversion. So because I have minutes on the bottom, and I want him to divide out, I need to have minutes on top. And there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Now notice that my minutes are going to divide out. A minute divided by a minute is 1. All right, just so we can see what we have, I'm going to write him down below one more time. So on top I have 35, and these units right here have been divided out, so they're gone, multiplied by 1 kilometer per 1,000. My meters here, they have divided out, they're gone, multiplied by 60. my minutes here have divided out, so they're gone, per 1 hour. And now I can start simplifying my numbers. You could have done it in the last step. If you saw it, I just wanted to make it really nice and clear. Now I can start off by dividing out by 10. So these guys divide out here. And then it starts to look a little complicated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply 6 by 35. You could continue to divide, but I'm thinking about the division of 100, and that seems pretty simple. So 35 multiplied by 6. 6 multiplied by 5 is 30. 6 multiplied by 13 is 18, plus 3 is 21. So on top I have 210, and it's kilometers, per 100 hours. I can divide by 10, and then I can just move a decimal over. So I have 2.1 kilometers per hour. And that's it. We're done.